Welcome from the Community Outreach Team, where we inspire women to live their best lives by planning their futures and their families. My tip is to always expect the unexpected story. The best way to handle this is to listen with empathy and try not to criticize.
I like to say don't prescribe ideal lifestyles, which means don't tell a young woman that she has to do a certain thing in order to be successful, like wait until she's finished college, for example, to have babies. That does certainly make it easier, but we don't want to tell people that there's one correct way to live their life. And just be respectful that people might have chosen something different in their lives than you would choose for yourself or for your kids.
Once I get a scope of the room, I usually see women who have children, and approaching them, I would compliment their child, play with the baby a little bit, and then I ask them, what are your plans for having another baby? Usually they'll say, I'm not having any more children for whatever reason. And so I ask, well, what type of birth control are you on? And all the time they'll say either nothing, they'll say the pills or Depo. And I ask them, well, how's they working for you? And they'll say, well, I got pregnant, or I don't take it, or I forgot, or my insurance won't cover certain things. And so I go into a spiel about what a step ahead does and the services that we offer. I also tell them about the Mirena and Nexplanon and Paragard and how it works a little bit. I give them as much information as I have off the top of my head, follow along with pamphlets that we do have, just to kind of give them an idea of how things will go at their appointment if they decided to use one of the methods that we offer. And at the end of the conversation, they always hug me and they be so grateful for the information that was given. Because if they can't use it, they're going to pass it on to somebody else. Because they always say, oh, my sister needs this. Oh, my daughter needs this. My niece needs this. And so it makes me feel accomplished that I was able to get information out.
Actually get a diversity. There was Asian, I mean, a good diversity, Asian. There were some Arabic. So when I do approach them, I do look for their face and their face expression. And most of the time, they look quiet. So I'll just give them the card. And I had this girl later on coming to me, and she in a very silent voice asked me more, and I did respond back to her in a very quiet voice, and it respected that she didn't want to say it very loud, and I listened and I answered her questions.
Typically, when I'm approaching males, I'll ask them the same thing. Do you know anybody who needs birth control? And then they will laugh because they're like, I don't need birth control. And so then I'll talk to them about the person that their sexual partner who may need birth control. And I give them a little bit of the education and they realize how it can benefit them as well.
When I run across an older lady, I would ask her how she's doing. Good morning. Well, greet her with a good morning. How you doing? Introduce myself as LaShanta. I'm a community outreach worker with the Step Ahead Foundation. We offer the long-term reversible birth control for the women of Memphis and Shelby County. You may not be in the need of this information, but I ask you to take this information, pass it on to your granddaughter, your neighbor, your friend. Maybe you might be out in public and run across someone that might need this information. So I ask you to take this information and pass it on. And thank you so much.
You show a lot of teeth, smile, interact more with the stuff that's going on with on the table, like passing out flyers, willing to speak to a person when they approach the table with a huge smile and just real happy and just feeling like you're just overwhelmed to speak with them. Like, just make them feel like you're awesome, you the bomb. Take a card.